Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erin. I go by Erin the Urban Mermaid. And if you're here today, you're here for my Pisces Sun Goddess reading. So we are now in Pisces season. It is the last sign of the zodiac. So we have a chapter closing before our great rebirth in Aries season. But before I get into all of that, I just want to talk a little bit about myself. I'm a fifth dimensional soul guide. I help um, those on their spiritual healing and awakening journeys, transcend consciousness, rise as self healers, and modern mystics using sacred esoterica, which is the modalities that I am attuned to. I am a psychic medium. I am an advanced theta healer. I am an Usui Reiki master, and I am a practicing astrologer for years. So, welcome back. I guess I should tell you where you could find me, huh? Um, you could check out my website, www.erintheurbanmermaid, or you could find me on Instagram at Erin the Urban Mermaid. And actually, before I get into our reading, I need to talk about my huge announcement. I think I touched on this in our Aquarius reading, but I am finally getting the ball rolling on my apothecary and spiritual merchandise shop. And you can now officially order my Urban Mermaid parfum, whatever you want to call it, elixir. So I do want to talk a little bit about this. I'm actually in a pre-ordering phase because I am outsourcing this, buying them in bulk from who I actually partnered with, which is Sacred Anarchy, and they are based out of Nashville, Tennessee. So pre-ordering ensures that you, one, get the sale price, two, ensures or RSVPs your own bottle, three, helps me avoid excess inventory because definitely the last thing I need in my house is more stuff. But this is a really, really beautiful intentional elixir. It just smells divine. I love to just apply and reapply. So my inspiration for this elixir is the color purple. So I like to tell people, if purple had a scent, it would be this. Now I know that you're probably thinking mermaid, water, ocean, blue, salty sea vibes. That's actually not what I was getting at with this. I really was going for more of a sea siren vibe, hence the color purple. This has notes of coconut, notes of lavender, notes of mandarin, notes of sandalwood, and notes of magnolia. It is a very, very smooth scent. It is not overbearing at all. I promise. I hate overbearing smells. And the best part of it is, since it's all natural, it's not an endocrine disruptor. It doesn't have any of the shit you can't pronounce in it. And it's also never tested on our furry friends, which is awesome too. So you can pre-order yours now. You could go to my website, www.erintheurbanmermaid, and I now have a little spot for my shop, and there's a drop-down menu. And you just want to go to the apothecary. You could read the pre-sale notes there if you want, and order yours. Pre-order yours. As soon as I get them, I'll be shipping them out with a special thank you gift for everyone who pre-ordered. Already I've had so many orders, so I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. I'm so excited to be extending this part of my business. Ritual herbal soaps and elixirs and bath salts are to follow. So thank you everyone who's already pre-ordered. I just have to say that. So let's get into the reading, shall we? Okay, so Pisces season, as I mentioned before, it is the last sign of the zodiac. So we're actually at our end of the year for the zodiac calendar. If you follow that, which that's what I follow because don't really connect well with the 3D world. What is it? The Gregorian calendar, whatever we use around here. So in Aries season, we birth a beautiful new beginning, starting with spring. So this is really closing this out. So as I mentioned, Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. It is, sorry, I just for some reason thought I was not recording this. It is a mutable water sign. So water sign, think emotions and think intuition. In fact, Pisces is probably the most psychic sign of the zodiac if they can get a hold of themselves. Don't worry, I'm going to keep it nice here, guys. And it is mutable sign, which means they are a little bit more flexible, they are a little bit more adaptable and open to change, but they are also the birthers. So our cardinal signs take the initiative, our fixed signs are the builders and the growers, and our Mutable signs, birth. In this case, birth off of their emotions, feelings, intuition. So Pisces is like the psychic of the zodiac. They're extremely connected to the spiritual realm, usually quite empathic, you know, very intuitive, very in tune. Um, but they also use a lot of their energy dealing with emotions, taking on other people's emotions, not being able to discern emotions. So they get burnt out very easily. They're kind of a sign that needs a lot of rest, a lot of alone time. Um, you know, they're not the most grounded of signs. So it's really good for them to be around grounding people and always in grounding rituals. Uh, when they feel like their emotions are in overload, the best thing they can do is tap into their creativity. Pisces are some of the most creative of the bunch, but sometimes they need to tap into those emotions to get that creative release. And you know, creativity looks different to everyone. Baking, running, knitting, interior design, whatever tickles your fancy. Doesn't just have to be singing and drawing, if you ask me. Pisces are usually one of the kindest of the zodiac, true romantics at heart. But they really do wear some rose-colored glasses sometimes. A little delusional, can be victims, a little deceptive, sometimes liars. I don't even think they know they do it. I think that they believe what they say. So, I mean, we all have a shadow side, right? All right, so let's get into the Pisces Sun Goddess reading. So I just got a new deck that I'm super thrilled about. I got to thank my good friend Dana and a nice gal she introduced me to on Instagram, Mrs. Nivens. So I got a download recently to be working with fairy energy. This is the Fairy Tarot cards by Radley Valentine, formerly by that crazy Doreen Virtue, but I won't knock her on here. I don't really have time to do any bashing. So this is a really beautiful deck. I'm excited to work with the energy of it. So I will be reading with that and clarifying with the holographic tarot that I have been just into for a while. So I did meditate on the energy of this reading. I did shuffle up, but why don't we give the cards another shuffle? Take a couple breaths here. Benevolent beings, guides across the way. Big one in. And so it is. All right, guys, let's get into it. All right. So we're crowning this reading with the 9 of Autumn. So rather doing the traditional pentacles, cups, swords, you know, the traditional suits, this deck works with the seasons. So autumn is like coins, 9 of coins. So 9 of Autumn. So I'm getting that it's time to start rewarding ourselves for a lot of the hard work that we've been doing. So that's a great thing to actually crown this reading with, and an interesting thing to start Pisces season with, since Pisces is not the most, like I said, grounded or tangible, but so what, right? So what is this 9 of Autumn bringing to us? Okay, the sun, 3 of spring, 6 of summer. So as I say, do we have all the, oh no, we have a major arcana. I thought we had all the seasons there. So the sun card is always indicative of like good news, good energy, positivity coming our way. Just knowing that things are going to be rewarded for you and have gratitude for life working out as beautifully as it is. So that's actually a lovely card. So let's kind of continue off of that. Prince of Autumn, Awakening. I noticed a couple decks. What is the deck that I have? Oh, the Intuitive Night Goddess deck. They switch around Strength and they add Awakening. I've noticed a couple decks do this. So Prince of Autumn, Awakening, 8 of Spring. Okay, Prince of Autumn. It's time for us, you know, even though we have this beautiful new beginning and we're about to be super rewarded for a lot of the hard work that we've put in, It's really important that we're remaining grounded and we're being very wise with our action. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy with this card. So paying attention to the details of things. Don't let the details slip through the cracks. I noticed with mutable signs, I'm a Sagittarius, I could say this. I also have a Virgo moon. Um, we let the details slip away because we're always concentrating on such a big picture. Awakening. So what I'm getting is, in order to slow down and focus on these details so we can bask in the the fruits of our labor, we really have to sit with ourselves and do some observation, self-observation, self-awareness. um, Take a temporary pause. Is this all working for me? Working for me, working for me, coming in really strong here. Eight of spring. Looks like there's going to be a lot of changes to come. So we're seeing a lot of shifts. I know a lot of people are really excited for this 222 portal, 22222 portal. I'm not to say that I'm not. I just want people to understand that it's also opening America's Pluto return. And if you thought shit was crazy before, about to burn this motherfucker down. So I'm actually going to grab my holographic deck, kind of get some notes here on the Eight of Spring, because I'm getting shifts and changes, but I'm getting that we're resistant to them. Right? Why are we resistant to this? We can't stay. Now, I mentioned that we need to sit in and reflect, but we don't want to get stuck there. So I want to grab a couple cards on awakening. Oh, my girl, the Empress, Seven of Swords, Five of Wands. Let's grab here. Four of Swords, the Magician. Okay. So as far as sitting with ourselves and doing some reflection, the Empress has popped up. It's time for us to kind of tap into this more creative of energy. It's time to birth something new here. It's that Seven of Swords. What are we running from? I'm not getting so much betrayal on this. I know traditionally this is a real betrayal card, but I'm getting that we've been in our heads a lot about something, and it's making us very hesitant to go forward, which is perhaps why we need this sacred pause within ourselves. It's like we're running from what are we running from that's upstairs in our head? Why are we so in our heads? And the Five of Wands just kind of confirms to me like a lot of internal conflict fighting ourselves. So I'm getting that we need to take this awakening, take this temporary pause in action to get out of our heads. And the Empress is heart, the Empress is Mother Earth, the Empress is fruition, creativity, nurturing energy. So I think it's going to take us getting out of our heads and into our heart. I must have said this 150 times since the beginning of the year. It's like, okay, Erin, message heard. Have you heard it? Like, come on, girl. But the Eight of Spring, where I feel like the shifts are coming, why are we resisting these shifts? That must be because we're too much in our head and we're not embracing our heart. But this is telling us to rest easy. And then the Magician, one of my most favorite cards, because it's all within us. What we want to manifest, what we're looking forward to, it is within us. But we need to follow almost like our own internal, energetic, and spiritual protocol. That just came to me like that. So in order for us to manifest, we need to rest easy. We really have to get out of our heads and into our hearts. Sit still with it, ground down, and trust that we're going to celebrate the fruits of our labor. So I have here the Three of Spring. Now, for as much as this first leg was telling me to slow down and focus on the detail, I feel like Three of Spring is like, look at the bigger picture, though. So I guess we're getting no breaks. Pay attention to the detail and look at the bigger picture of things. There's a lot of good things to come here. I think that it's telling us that we need to have patience, but we also need to be grateful for how far we've come and look back and be like, look at what you've accomplished. Look at what you've gone through just to get to this point. So let's pull a couple. Oh, we got a jumper. I'll just take that. King of Autumn. I just kind of want to show you guys these cards in a second. So intricate. Really into the fairy energy here. All right, 3 of spring, king of autumn, 7 of winter, prince of summer, and yep, renewal. Okay. So king of autumn to me is like, it's very boss energy, because I'm thinking here like the king of pentacles. Even if you look at this card, it's very king of pentacles vibes to it. You know, he's on the throne, he's determined, but you know, this is a man who's been through some shit, you know. He's not the new kid on the block, he's not the prince anymore. I think that this is like us needing to call back our power when it comes to trusting our intuition. Yeah, I know that coins isn't really an intuitive card, but this is a Pisces reading that we're getting to. You know, focusing on the bigger picture, but being really like in our power about stuff, being unshakable, and trust that the universe is always working for us. I mean, don't I say that every day I'm reading? So I followed this with the 7 of winter. Again, that's like the 7 of swords energy, but I am getting a slightly different vibe with this card. I'm getting that whatever we've been running from in our head, it's because we don't see things clearly. We're not looking at the bigger picture. So again, I'm saying like focus on the details, but see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what gets you through the day to day, if you ask me, what gets you to concentrate on the details. So we can't run away from what our focus is. Prince of Summer. I think that this is telling us to stay grounded through it all. I think this is supporting all of this autumn energy, believe it or not. It's a very captivating card. This is kind of telling me as a reminder, like, don't get carried away with yourself. If you have a goal here, it's time to focus. And then it was followed by renewal. I think the renewal is similar to um, uh, why is it not coming to me? Not the Wheel of Fortune. What am I losing it? Not 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 the wheel, the world. I don't know why I got so lost on that for a minute though. So I think that again, it's pointing to the bigger picture. I think that when we close out this cycle for good, we're going to have a better understanding of what that end goal is. So even if we feel a little lost in details or confused of what the bigger picture is, as we continue to work on ourselves and continue to stay grounded and have our eyes on this prize, I think the clarity is going to come with it, and we're going to get a big sense of completion. I'm going to grab this deck again, see if I get some clarity here. I'm not getting, I don't know why I'm not feeling like this is business wise. I'm not feeling like this is family wise. I feel like this is a very general message. Maybe I'll get some more clarity as I read on. So you could take from this what you need. Oh, we got to jump and the world again. All right. So huge cycles are closing. Like you're completing something huge. It's finite. It's final. 3 of Cups. 8 of Coins and 4 of Cups. Okay. So I think this is letting us know, like, it's time to listen, celebrate the blessings that you do have. Look how far you've come. Look at the person you are. But you're also here to, you're not complete yet. You're here to still work hard on something, work hard on those visions, those goals, those manifestations. Don't give up on those. You've worked very hard for a reason. Even if you have to sit with yourself a little bit about it, because I feel like the Four of Cups is really validating and affirming what that awakening Hangman card was telling us earlier. And it's really also, just a reminder to tap into that intuition too. Tap into that intuition. You know best. Internally, you know best. All right. So on my next leg, I have Six of Summer. It's funny because Six of Cups is usually my card for children. And in this deck, it is like a card for children. So I'm going to read you what it says on the bottom. I'm not going by that, but children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently, such as like getting the nostalgia vibe, in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So I'm actually getting a inner child vibe here. So let's go into that. Let's go into that. Five of spring, Six of winter, Nine of winter. Okay. So I guess this inner child vibe that I'm getting, I'm getting Chiron actually. So Chiron is like our core emotional wounds when it comes to astrology, but it stems from something usually that happens in childhood, and it's a trauma or a trigger that keeps coming up, like we have to work through it our whole life. But once we do work through it, it becomes like this superpower that we have that we really become unshakable with. So I sense that we're really fighting ourselves again. This five of spring energy kind of came up twice. Um, Again, it's like, why are we in our heads so much? Maybe we need to embrace that in our child. That's more like, hey, be present, play, get out of your head. You know, the way to the future is only through the present. You don't want to wish it away by focusing on your goals. Six of winter, though, tells me again there's shifts and changes to come. So this looks like a period of, we're beginning to see everything that we've been putting to work start, and the changes slowly start to happen. Now, we are in Pisces season. Nothing is going to be irrational. Nothing is going to be like this. It's going to be floaty. It's going to be flowy. It's going to be, it's not going to be this 1, 2, 3, poof, something happened. This isn't Sagittarius. This isn't a fire sign. And Nine of winter, though, I guess we still have some fears that we need to deal with, or anxieties that are plaguing us in regards to the future. But worry is a future thing. You can't worry about something present, because if you're being present, there is no worry. It's absent. Worry is something about the future, and we can't, if we stay in worry, we stay in that vibration. So I'm actually going to pull one more of these, Four of autumn. Okay. And then I'm going to go into this. So Four of autumn is kind of telling me again about that sacred pause, that pull back, that well, not really. Hold on. That I just pulled a whole bunch of cards. I'm just going to put them at the bottom, because if it was one or two, I'd go with it, but it was several. So that Four of autumn is just telling us to, like, I think, conserve our energy for what's needed and not what's extra. Okay. Let's get a little clarification here. Okay. So for every time you've thought, this is it, I want to give up, the universe is testing me too much, it's asking too much of me, I have fought the good fight, I have been devoted to the universe, I have been relentless in my healing and spirituality, I have forged ahead no matter what, I have been the universe's damn bitch. What's going on? For every time you've had that feeling, I think that this is just like it's coming up as a reminder that the future hasn't happened yet. So again, staying present and I mean, we signed up for this life, right? We signed up for what the universe is going to throw at us. And if you're here, you're on some sort of spiritual healing ascension journey. So even on the days we want to give up, we're not gonna. Chariot energy. We're gonna be that strong, determined, what's that word? Stamina, the stamina to see things through. And I pulled the Emperor also. And this tells me that no matter how much we're going through, we come out on top. Whether you think it or not, the Emperor is a very bold, wise, seasoned, but compassionate leader. The Emperor is Aries energy, which makes sense that this comes at the end of the reading because that's what's going to happen at the end of Pisces season. We're going to go into Aries season. Can't stop it. That's the way the cycle works. And that's where our rebirth is. So just looks like we still have to go through some shit before we get there. It's not like things close out easily ever. So, you know, by being present, attending to the details of things, somehow that makes us not lose sight of the bigger picture. So I'm going to pull one more card to close this out, and then I'm going to pull our oracle. Pisces season never fails, right? Never fails to throw us for that loop. Queen of Wands. I guess this is kind of piggybacking off of what I was saying. Like, even if you feel beat up by the universe, you need to believe in yourself no matter what. You need to have that strength. You are the queen of the spring. You're beautiful. You're brilliant. You are loyal. You exude queen energy. You're balanced. And you stand strong in your power. So as much as to what's that? I think I've actually said this in a reading. Too much is too much is tested, much is given. To whom much is tested, much is given. Don't forget, we are going to enjoy the fruits of our labor. All right, guys, let me pull an oracle card, kind of close this out. I want to work again with the Rise of Sophia 5D Oracle deck. I just really vibe this deck a lot, and I like the phrase or the word that it gives you. Like, let's give one word to meditate on for these next 30 days while we're in this cycle, or a phrase to just kind of work with. Kind of like how at the beginning of the year, I like to pick a word. This year, my word was surrender. Certainly trying. But I guess if I was surrendering, I wouldn't be trying, right? I don't know. Okay. Abrasiveness. Be mindful of your ability to be abrasive. Authentic apologies go a long way. Learn to take deeper breaths to avoid abrasive communication. You don't have to confirm or change who you are, but mindfulness is the art of self-awareness. Self-awareness came up during this reading. Practice self-awareness and remember that abrasiveness is often a misguided passion. Guide yourself wisely. I feel this goes really strongly with this Emperor card. Abrasiveness is kind of a misalignment of Aries. And Pisces season, if we get out of our head and into our hearts, we can be more mindful of things like abrasiveness. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this Pisces reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, share, all the things. And don't forget to pre-order my Urban Mermaid elixir. I'm only going to take a handful more of a pre-order, and then I'm marking them up, and they're not going to be on sale anymore. This is going to be the lowest price. And I can't guarantee you a bottle if you don't pre-order it. So thank you so much, everyone. Take what you need from this and have a wonderful trip around the sun rotation in Pisces season. All right, guys, bye.